Let's get to a spot that has been dealing with mostly snow as of late, and that is St. Louis. Checking in with our very own Mike Seidel. Mike, it's been snowing, it seems like forever here since yesterday during the morning hours. Any break in the action?
Yeah, we had a break yesterday. Phase 1 brought us 1.8 inches of snow. Now we picked up another 2.4, so the storm total officially is 1.8 and 2.4. That's 4.2 inches. Out here off I-70, traffic going away from the camera is eastbound towards St. Louis. A lot of things are closed today, including all the schools. And as you can see, for the rush hour, traffic is very, very light. And you can also see the visibility is down to about a mile or so. So this is light snow, but pushing moderate. Also notice everybody's slowing down and that the interstate is completely snow-packed and snow-covered, just like this frontage road out here. This is what you're going to be driving on, at least all-wheel drive. We saw a gentleman this morning who was with two-wheel drive, and he, I guess, was driving too fast, spun out into the deep snow on the side that had been plowed. And as a result, he was stuck, and a tow truck was out there trying to pull him out. Let's talk about snowfall totals. In addition to here, some of the suburbs have done better. They picked up more snow yesterday, north and west. O'Fallon so far, as of 7 a.m., 7.4 inches of snow. And up there in St. Charles, they've had almost 6 inches of snow. Another dicey day at the airport. Not as bad as yesterday. Yesterday, they canceled just over 300 flights. Today, just over 200. The difference today, Southwest, the major air carrier here at Lambert, has canceled about half their flights. Yesterday, they canceled the entire schedule. So things are a little bit better and will improve this afternoon as the back edge moves through and the snow comes to an end. We're looking for another 3 to 5 inches from phase 2. So some of the totals here in the metro St. Louis area will top out at double digits. The other thing is the extreme cold. Right now, temperatures are in the mid-teens and wind chills are down around 0. So it's a very, very cold day in St. Louis, with average temperatures this time of the year up around 40 or so. Let's go over to Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. Check in with Jim Cantori. Jim, I know the cold air has undercut the warm air, so you had freezing rain earlier. When do you expect to change over there to, from freezing rain to even sleet and then to snow?
Let's get to a spot where we're still finding the flakes flying around. That is St. Louis, Missouri, finding our very own Mike Seidel. And Mike, no doubt we've been in the snow. How much have you seen so far? And yeah, we still have a few more hours to go for the flakes to fly.
Yes, officially at the airport, 4.2 through 6 a.m. Central this morning, but we've probably picked up about another inch. Some of the suburbs have had now over 8 inches of snow from phase 1 yesterday. They did better yesterday. In town, we had some sleet and freezing rain, which cuts down on the accumulations. We're out on I-70 near Lambert Field. By the way, let's talk about the airport. 222 flights canceled. Not a whole lot of delays because so many flights have been canceled. Yesterday, they canceled over 300. So we're doing a little bit better at this point today. And I can tell you right now, 127 departures. That's about 2/3 of all flights going out of Lambert have been canceled. Southwest and American, the #1 airlines here in Southwest now, has canceled 62% of their flights. So they're continuing to cancel flights. The weather will get better this afternoon. Of course, they're de-icing because of this. Dry, powdery snow, looking I-70, looking to the lanes that are going away from the camera. That's eastbound towards St. Louis, coming towards the camera westbound. But notice the distinct lack of traffic. The roads are snow-packed, snow-covered. The sign up there, I can read it. Don't crowd the plows, give them room to work, and slow down because ice and snow is covering the roadway. It says reduce speed. Good idea. This is what basically all the roads in St. Louis are like, snow-packed and snow-covered. Yes, we have daylight. We talk about how that can help things out, but not at 16 degrees. So we get no help from the atmosphere, even with daylight and even here in early February. So snow-packed, snow-covered. They plow, but you can't get everything off the roadway. Of course, we had some ice yesterday morning. The rain from the night before froze, and so that's going to be a continuing issue. Things will be much better tomorrow. The sun will come back out. We'll have temperatures, again, warming up to about 30. So we're going to be warmer tomorrow. 16 right now. By the way, the wind chill is 2 above 0. This is a very, very cold day for the Midwest here in St. Louis. The average high is in the low 40s. So we're running right now about 25. Oh, gosh, yes, about 25 degrees below where we should be for the high temperature. So cold, breezy. The snow winds down through the afternoon and evening. We're looking for another 2 or 3 inches of snowfall. It adds up fast because it's powdery, and then it winds down, and we're going to be good to go into the weekend. In fact, Over the weekend, we're going to be back up to 40 on Saturday and mid-40s on Sunday. So by then, that'll really take care of the roadway situation. But today, they urge you to stay home if you don't have to travel. A lot of folks are doing that based on the traffic on the interstate and the surface streets we saw. Schools are closed. A lot of businesses, too, are closed. And then tomorrow, things will open up with the sunshine, and that will help melt off the roads. Let's go to Jim Cantori. Jim, I heard you last time mention about 20 minutes ago, you've gone from freezing rain, at least to mixed with sleet, and it's going to take a little bit time to get back to snow. But what's the status now on your P-type there in Columbus? Good morning from St. Louis. I'm meteorologist Mike Seidel. Part 2 of Winter Storm Landon has already dropped another 3 to 5 inches of snow around Metro St. Louis, including in the city where we didn't get a whole lot yesterday, but we're making up for lost time today. It's going to wrap up this afternoon, but the roads, boy, they are snow-packed and snow-covered. This is I-70, and you're looking away from the camera. You're looking at eastbound lanes towards St. Louis. Traffic coming towards the camera is westbound going towards Kansas City, and everything is snow-packed and snow-covered. Plus, we're not going to get any help from the atmosphere today. Even on cloudy days, if it's 25, 30 degrees, you'll get enough insulation that will help the roads a little bit. But it's 17 right now, and the wind chill's down between 5 and 10. But the 17, it doesn't matter. It's going to stay snow-packed and covered like this. The plows can scrape it, but not enough warmth from the sky and certainly in the atmosphere to cause any melting. That'll happen tomorrow when the sun comes out. As far as power outages here in the state of Missouri, basically nothing. We're fortunate. We didn't get much ice, and that was down to the south and east of the part of the state. So right now, it's below 1,000 customers without power. As far as the airport, we do have more issues there today. Yesterday, we had just over 300 flights canceled. Today, we're at 222. Most of those are American and Southwest. Southwest is the #1 carrier here at Lambert, and they have 12 delays. All the 12 delays, are on the Southwest flights, and they've canceled now about 2/3 of their flights. The reason we don't have a lot of delays is because we just don't have any flights going out. They're going to be de-icing through this afternoon, so that'll take 15 or 20 minutes away from your time leaving the gate and getting up in the air. But the wind chill and the temperatures are just brutal. The average high today is in the low 40s. Jim Cantori rolling in the mid-teens, and I just checked the Columbus Ob, and they're reporting what you're reporting, sleet and freezing rain. And I know how bad you want that to change over to snow, but what are the odds on it changing over before you go off the air at 1 o'clock Eastern?
Let's head there, though, to Mike Seidel, who has been in St. Louis all morning long. And Mike, as we see the snow showers around out there for you, I'm sure chilly times out there for us as well. How are kind of the roads holding up with some of this wintry precip?
Well, the roads have not changed, and they're really not going to change because it's going to snow into this afternoon. In fact, let's go to the radar first. We've got another batch of moderate snow. That'll put the visibility down, and the snowfall rates will be ½ an inch plus an hour. It's a very powdery snow at 17 degrees. That's coming right up from the southwest, generally paralleling and just south of I-44. That's going to come right into St. Louis in the next ½ an hour or so, and we'll see the visibility drop again here. We had some moderate snow earlier outside of Lambert. Here are the roadways Alex asked. This is Natural Bridge Road, the frontage road where all the rental car agencies are. And you can see snow-packed, snow-covered. You see a little bit of asphalt, but it's so cold, even with the sun up, and in early February, the sun angle now getting higher, thank goodness. It's not helping one darn bit. I-70, you're looking away from the camera. That's traffic coming at us and then going towards St. Louis. Traffic coming towards the camera is going towards Kansas City. And you can see the snow and even the blowing snow. We've had winds gusting upwards of 25 miles an hour this morning. And that wind chill, by the way, is hanging in there at 3 degrees above zero. They should be in the low 40s. So this is a very, very cold day for St. Louis. As far as the airport goes, now 257 flights have been canceled. Most of those are departures, and by the way, those numbers are coming up. Most of those cancellations, Southwest, the top carrier here, followed by American. Both of those airlines have canceled now just over 80% of their flights, and they're going to have to certainly de-ice at this point. The snow's going to wrap up this afternoon. Another cold day tomorrow, but not as cold as today, and the sun comes out. So that will really help us on especially the interstates, anything that's scraped, plowed, and salted. And then over the weekend, Alex, we'll head up back to 40 Saturday and 44 on Sunday. it'll feel like spring again. But keep in mind, just 2 days ago, it was 63 degrees. I don't know if I should wear flip-flops or boots.
Yeah, Mike, it has really been up and down out there, no question about it. Going from the warmth to now this really cold air mass and all this wintry weather. But as you mentioned, there is light at the end of this really cold and snowy tunnel. Hang in there by the time we get to the weekend. Much, much better. All right, thanks, Mike. We'll check back with you in just a bit. Of course.
Good morning. Welcome back to St. Louis. I'm meteorologist Mike Seidel. In the middle of Winter Storm Landon Part 2, which is dumping quite a bit of snow. We've had as much as 8.4 inches in some of the northwest suburbs. And even within St. Louis proper, we just got a report at 10 Central, 11 Eastern of 6.5 inches. And we're going to get another 1 or 2 inches before this winds down. There are the highways. Nothing has changed, and I don't expect anything to really change. They are plowing, but it doesn't matter when it's this cold. I mean, it matters to get the snow off the road, but when it's this cold, even with daylight, and it has gotten brighter out here, you don't get any help from the sun. And I just show you, it's just all snow-packed and snow-covered out here on the frontage road. Right back there where you can see where they plowed, we had someone who got off her flight, came over to Hertz Rental, got her car, and couldn't even get out on the road here. She got stuck, and Good Samaritans and some other folks got her out, pulled her out. You know what she did? She took that front-wheel drive vehicle back to Hertz and got herself an all-wheel drive vehicle. Smart move. Airport impacts continue. We've got over 80% of American and Southwest flights canceled today. A little bit better than yesterday at this time when Southwest had canceled their whole schedule. And you're going to be delayed a little bit because of de-icing, but basically there's very few delays because so many flights have been canceled. Now almost 4,500 system-wide. This is our biggest day as far as impacts at the airports since Friday, and we've had thousands of flights canceled since Friday. I think now it's going to be up around 7,000 if you add, I'm sorry, this is today's Thursday. If you add up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you get over 7,000 flights. So the temperatures stay cold. It's only 17. The wind chill is 3. We may make it to 20 this afternoon as the snow winds down, and then tomorrow the sun comes out, and that will really help out the roadways, because if they've been treated, even though tomorrow it's not going to get above freezing, the insulation will hit the asphalt, everything will melt off, and the interstate will like, oh, look at that, plow just came by. How about that? Right on cue. But you can see where he scraped. Both plows coming by. I want to show you this real quick. You can see where they scraped. You can see some of the asphalt here. Now, tomorrow when the sun comes out and beats down on this is all going to melt off because they've also salted. So good to see the plows out here doing their best, you know, in many areas. And like a lot of places, businesses are short-staffed. Let's go back to Columbus, Ohio. Meteorologist Jim Cantore. Jim, I just saw the ob from there about 20 minutes ago, and you have sleet, at least at the airport, sleet and snow mixed. What say you where you are?
Let's get you to St. Louis now with our very own meteorologist, Mike Seidel. And Mike, been snowing around out there for you, cold there for you as well. You know, it takes a lot to get as cold as it's getting there in and around St. Louis, and we are certainly feeling the full brunt of this winter storm.
Yeah, it's very, very cold today here. Average highs in the low 40s. We're at 17 right now. The wind chill is only 3 degrees above zero, and we'll be lucky to get 220 or much above 20 today. So that's more than 20 degrees below average. And the issue with that is it's so cold, despite the fact that we have the daylight, we're not getting any help from what insulation gets through the clouds. These roads were just plowed. This is Natural Bridge, the frontage road right off I-70 outside of the airport, and you can see some of the asphalt. Now, if it was 10 degrees warmer, 12 degrees warmer, say upper 20s, this road would be wet right now, but it's not because it's so cold. The salt is not working, and you can see behind me, that's Interstate 70. Cars going away from the camera heading east into St. Louis. Coming this way, they're westbound towards KC, and that continues to be the issue. No, sir, I don't need a ride to the rental car agency. I guess he thought I was going to go get a National or Alamo rental car. He stopped and opened his door, but nice of him to think about me. So the snow adds up. We've already got 8 to 9 inches in some of the northwest suburbs. We're expecting this to wind down this afternoon. The warning, last check, expired at noon. I'm going to check to see if they've extended that from NWS St. Louis. Airports are a mess. So far, over 250 flights canceled today. Yesterday, we had 309. Most of those are American and Southwest, the two big air carriers. But guess what? Yep, our flight just got canceled. which was going to go out later on this afternoon. So we'll probably spend another night in St. Louis and have some good barbecue. So, Alex, a pretty decent storm, their biggest of the season, because up until yesterday they'd only had 2.8 inches of snow. And the one storm, if you call it a storm, dropped 2.6 inches. So this is going to end up being at least a half a foot at the airport, I believe. And then we get cold tomorrow. It stays below freezing. Nice warm up for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday and Monday will be back to 40 or better. So a turnaround in temperatures, maybe actually getting a few degrees above average here in this part of the Midwest. Alex?
Yeah, Mike, and that's certainly going to be a welcome time to get a chance to warm up and get out of this deep freeze. You mentioned being one of the bigger snows of the season, the biggest snow of the season. There are going to be a lot of other areas that could say that and claim that here when this is all said and done. All right, thanks, Mike. We'll check back with you in a bit.